So today we're going to be dancing to Bad Bunny. We're also going to know more about habits, and I'm also going to teach you how I'll do my makeup. So without any more chit-chatting, let's get started, girl. So habits are very important to create successful lives, but how do you get started with them? How do you get started with this successful life? It is very, very hard. So one of my recommendations from the book Atomic Habits teaches is that you need to make your habit more accessible to you. So let's say that you want to get started with reading more books. Your first thing that you got to do is to put the book where you're going to see it very often. That means if you're at the office and you have a desk, put it in there so you can see it often and have the opportunity to just open the book. That way, you're more prone to open it and more prone to read it. The same thing goes with putting the book right next to the bedside table. When you wake up in the morning, you can just read 2 pages, 3 pages. That is very important, especially when you want to get into the habit. So you don't have to have hours and hours in order to develop this habit, but the importance is consistency and doing it every single day. And the same thing applies if you want to get rid of a bad habit. You can get started by making it less accessible. If you're someone who likes to go on social media and scroll for hours, your best bet to eliminate that bad habit is to get rid of the apps, is to not be having those apps in your phone. If you do that, what that does is that it allows your brain to think and know that you don't have time to be watching that. Another point from James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, is that you need to just show up. And this means by showing up, you can only do something for just 5 minutes. The reason why he encourages this behavior is because the hardest part about a habit is the starting point. So if you just get started, that is super, super essential for you to just bring it on, do it consistently. And if you only do it for 5 minutes every day, what that does is not only you're going to do that for 5 minutes, but you're going to start doing it for 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. And that creates a large compound interest in terms of having this habit be built consistently. So you do not need to be spending so much time on a habit for long periods of time. The importance is just showing up. Like they say, showing up is the rest of the battle or half of the battle. The hardest part about habits is the tracking. Sometimes we will perform a habit for long periods of time and we don't see results. We don't see pretty much anything physically in order for us to prove that we're doing something good for ourselves because habits take time. Building a habit takes time, but also seeing the results takes time. So the best way for you to do that is tracking, and there's multiple ways to do this. You can just write it down on a piece of paper, put an X every time on your calendar every time you do something or you perform something. That way you can look back and see how long you've been doing this habit for and you don't get discouraged. It is very, very easy to get discouraged when you get started on something new, when you want to build something from scratch. So the best way for you is to just write it down. Writing it down makes it easier for you to know that you are doing this consecutively, consistently, and all the time. Instead of falling in love with the outcome, you have to fall in love with the process. And this is something that everyone tells us. But it is indeed the truth. You need to implement systems that will guide you to make this habit the type of life that you're living. It is very, very easy to get distracted through so many things, through life commitments, through any mishaps. But the importance of this is that you need to make it enjoyable so you can have this for long periods of time. And that's it. I love Atomic Habits, and you should read this book. And you should also jam to Bad Bunny